Something happened today that should shake every Republican voter in this country to their core. Donald Trump just told the two remaining candidates in the Texas Senate runoff that whoever does not get his endorsement must immediately drop out of the race. He is not asking, he is demanding, and I am here to tell you exactly why this matters and who it really serves.
I am going to say this again the second time, for the second time. Another one is down. Another one is down from the Independent. 7th U.S. service member killed in Iran war. The service member died Saturday night from injury sustained in last week's attack, officials said. The 7th. And this douchebag, he is supposed to take off this hat and place this hat on your chest. You are supposed to take off this hat and place this hat on your chest in respect for somebody who died because of your senseless war. But he's standing there with a hat. He's standing there with the hat. Some of these Americans, when you see I don't know why these people keep thinking that this man. Anyway, 7 U.S. service members have been killed in the 7 U.S. service members have been killed in the war with Iran. They said it wasn't a war. The U.S. military said the service member died Saturday night after they were seriously injured during an attack. They were seriously injured. That means more are still going to die. During an attack on U.S. troops in Saudi Arabia on March 1st, U.S. Central Command said in a statement Sunday. This is the 7th service member killed in action during Operation Epic Fury. The statement added, the slain service member has not been publicly identified. Officials said the identity would be shared 24 hours after their next of kin are notified. News of the service member's death comes one day after President Donald Trump joined the grieving families of the first 6 U.S. soldiers killed in the war for their dignified transfer. Which dignified? His hat was still on his head, which is a solemn process to transfer the remains of U.S. service members killed in action. Look at the douchebag. This man is a devil. This orange orangutan looking man is a devil. The soldier killed in action were identified as Mark Jeffrey O'Brien, 45, of Indianola, Iowa, Captain Cody Koch, 35, of Winter Haven, Florida, Chief Warrant Officer 3, Robert Maza, 54, of Sacramento, California, Sergeant First Class Nicole Amo, 39, of White Bear Lake, Minnesota, Sergeant First Class Noah Tianjin, 42, of Bellevue, Nebraska, and Sergeant Declan Cody, 20, only 20. Damn. So that is the youngest that has been killed so far, 20 years old, of West Des Moines, Iowa, who was posthumously promoted from specialist. Oh my God. The 6 members of the Army Reserve were killed by a drone strike at the command center in Kuwait. The group was all from the 103rd Sustainment Command Base in Des Moines, Iowa, which provides food, fuel, water, and ammunition, transport, equipment, and supplies. Americans, the numbers are starting to climb up. What are you guys going to do? The numbers are starting to climb up. You guys voted for the man, and the man is delivering. Everything you guys expected that he was going to do, he's doing the opposite. What are you guys going to do? You guys have still got 3 years, and he's thinking of staying on after 2028. He's thinking of staying on. Listen to MTG. MTG says that he is not joking. He is not joking. And he's even thinking that there should be no election. He might use this word to say there's no election, there's a state of emergency. If there is one strike by any terrorist cell in America, Trump is going to cancel the election. He's just praying for one strike, one tiny strike. There will be no election. Wait and see. You guys think he's joking? Wait and see. MTG is the weapon for the Democrats to use against the person who is going to be trying to take over Donald Trump. For the next 3 years, and getting closer to the midterm election in the United States of America, MTG is a weapon for the Democrats to use because she was inside the room that everything happened, that everything was happening during the election of Donald J. Trump for his second term in office. Now she is bent on fighting against Donald Trump. She is in it 100%. She is taking no punches. She has her guard. MTG is waiting for that KO. He's waiting to KO Donald J. Trump. She is the one the Democrats they need to use. The Democrats, they don't need to spend too much money on ads come November for the midterm election. If these Democrats do not sweep all the seats in the Senate and in the House, then all of them should resign from politics, because MTG is giving them this on a plate of gold. MTG is the one who is going to tell them how to campaign. So all these members of these lawmakers, guys, you guys are in big trouble. Anyway, people, this is your uncle again. Today is Sunday. I'm not in my African regalia because there was church. You know, we have to do this. We have to do this because American politics is exciting. The fight is exciting. So this is DB Unfiltered. My name is DB Panicking. Please, guys, I'm still fighting to hit that 100,000 mark. It's only when I hit 100,000 that YouTube is going to take off that shadow ban that they have on my channel. So if you can, please subscribe to the channel. Let's get to that 100,000. That would be awesome. So MTG is the one.
The background. On Tuesday, Texas held its primary elections. The Republican Senate race came down to 3 candidates. The incumbent Senator John Cornyn, Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton, and Congressman Wesley Hunt. No one got over 50%, so Cornyn and Paxton are heading to a runoff on May 26th. That is supposed to be the moment where Texas Republican voters get to make their choice, except Trump just announced he will endorse one of them soon and demanded that the other one drop out immediately. I posted my response on X this morning because the people of Texas need to hear this. This is wrong, and the people of Texas should be able to vote for whoever they want, not the candidate Trump demands. People are furious over this, and if Trump does this, it could actually be the real reason the Texas Senate seat flips blue. Stealing people's opportunity to elect their leaders by force will absolutely push voters away and will lead to even more sitting it out. Now, I want you to understand why Texas flipping blue in a Senate race would be seismic. Democrats have not won a statewide election in Texas since 1994. They have not won a Senate race in Texas since 1988. If Texas turns blue in 2026, it will be one of the most significant political realignments in modern American history.
Hang on.
The person most responsible.
Yesterday, MTG made a video. She was dressed like this. Same shirt, same blazer. Did she record this video yesterday and she's just posted this video 5 hours ago? Oh, she is in the same shirt and the same blazer for this video today. But by the way, that background, that backdrop of her studio, yo, that is on point. That is awesome. That gives her a different look. That makes her a little bit, I used to think she is a cuckoo, but this backdrop, it has changed her. So whoever advised her to set up this camera with this backdrop, that person you need to raise. Give him a raise. Give him even $2,000. Give him a raise because he's just changed the way we see you.
Will not be a Democrat. It will be Donald Trump. Here is why. The Republican primary in Texas just became the most expensive Senate primary in American history. Nearly $100 million in advertising alone, according to Ad Impact. Cornyn's allies spent over $70 million. The race has been brutal, personal, and divisive. Republican voters are already exhausted and angry. And now, instead of letting those voters decide between Cornyn and Paxton in the runoff, Trump wants to short-circuit the process and install his preferred candidate. If the other candidate refuses to drop out and half the Republican base feels their choice was taken from them, what do you think happens in November? They stay home. And the Democrat State Representative James Tallarico walks into a seat that Republicans have held for decades. But this is about something much bigger than one Senate race. Today, I also said something that I know will get me attacked, but I am going to say it anyway because it is true. Trump and his coalition of consultants serve Israel, the military-industrial complex, big pharma, big tech, and rich, powerful donors in the Epstein class, not the average American, which is exactly why he and them turned on me. Your government is not for the people and by the people. It is for them and only them. I use those words deliberately. The Epstein class, because that is what we are dealing with. A network of wealthy, powerful individuals who operate above accountability, who fund political campaigns and expect returns on their investment, and who have more access to the president than any voter in any state. I fought to release every single Epstein file. I stood next to the survivors on the steps of the Capitol. I demanded transparency. And when I did, Trump turned on me, revoked his endorsement, called me a traitor, and tried to end my political career. That tells you everything you need to know about who he protects and who he discards. Look at the pattern of endorsements. Trump has endorsed some of the worst Republicans with the worst voting records and has consistently steered primary races away from real America First candidates toward candidates who serve the donor class. I watched it happen race after race. Candidates who stood up for the base got primaried. Candidates who played ball with leadership got the endorsement. And now in Texas, a state that has been the bedrock of conservative politics for decades, he is trying to force a candidate on voters rather than let democracy work. And all of this is happening while the country is engaged in a military operation that perfectly illustrates who this president actually serves. We are on day 6 of Operation Epic Fury against Iran. 6 American service members have been killed. The operation costs $1 billion a day. There is no congressional authorization. Netanyahu...
$1 billion a day. So that is $6 billion in 6 days. That is only the budget that America has spent. What about the budget they have sent to Israel? $1 billion a day, $6 billion in 6 days. Wow. Wow. Wow.
Who went on Fox News and said this allows him to do what he has yearned to do for 40 years. Secretary of State Rubio admitted the United States struck because Israel was going to attack anyway. And this morning, Trump told Axios he needs...
By the way, Marco Rubio did change. The first time he said, we strike first because we knew that Israel was going to strike. And if Israel strike, they were going to strike us. So that is why we strike first. And then when he was asked again that, so America strike because they knew Israel was going to strike, he said, no, that's not what he meant to say. But it is on video. It is on video. These people have no shame. You know why they have no shame? Because of the person who is in the White House. That person in the White House is the one paving the way, is the example for them. The way he speaks, the way he lies, the way he insults people, they are just following his lead. If you have a leader who speaks respectfully, who maybe is politically correct, I know some people are going to say, yeah, they are the same. But if you have a leader who is respectful, who carries himself with the utmost, how can I put it? Which word can I use? Donald Trump, the way he speaks, that is just the same way everybody hears. That's why you see Pete Hegseth. When he makes a speech, he calls people stupid, dumb, idiot, because that's the same. Those are the same words that Donald Trump used. So they have this freedom to just insult people. They speak as if they are in the gym. They speak as if they are in a market where you use any type of language. They do not speak like leaders. Because when leaders speak, they need to know the words they're using because words matters. People listen to you. And the words that you use, people are going to carry those words and they're going to speak those words to other people. So Donald Trump is just, they're just following Donald Trump. It's just
personally involved in selecting Iran's next leader. So let me connect the dots. The military-industrial...
On that one, how do you sit and say a leader of a different country? Let's say Keir Starmer is telling Albania that I need to be involved with the election of your new president. That is a sovereign country. You are telling a sovereign country that you need to be involved with the selection or election of their leader. This man is mad. This old man is mad. They used to say Joe Biden was slow. Joe Biden was slow because he was old. But this man is not only slow, but he is mad. He is a madman. Only a madman speaks like that. Yes, some people are going to say, how can he be a madman if he's the president of the United States? Yes, because all of you in America are mad. Not all of you, most of you are mad. Because you cannot tell me that you elect somebody like that 2 times. Somebody who comes in to burn down everything. He doesn't build anything. Yes, he's a rich man, but he did not build any of the world. Everything was handed to him. And even today, people are just handing him millions and millions and millions because they want access. Because they know all we need to do is to give this man $1 million and he's going to make us make $10 million. So why would we not give him $1 million when he's going to give us access for $10 million? This man is a madman. If you think he's not a madman, then you are the worst madman as compared to him.
Big tech provides the surveillance and targeting systems. Big pharma will profit from treating the wounded. Rich donors who fund campaigns in places like AIPAC get their policy priorities served. And the Epstein class continues to operate in the shadows while the files that would expose them remain partially sealed. Meanwhile, the average American voter in Texas is being told they do not get to choose their own senator because one man in the White House has decided for them. This is not the Republican Party I joined.
Remember when people used to say Donald Trump was a wannabe dictator, and people were like, nah, you guys are just, what was the word they used? That you guys have a Trump derangement syndrome. Is that not the wannabe dictator? Somebody who says, according to him, there should be no election. Somebody who says he has to be the one to pick a president. He has to be involved in picking the president of a country. Somebody who always wants people to like him. If you don't like him, you are his enemy. You have to like him and prove that you like him. It's all about him. He decides everything. This guy has changed American politics. He is gone to war without Congress sending him to war. He is using $1 billion a day to fight a war that Congress hasn't yet given to him. So they have not yet given him that money to fight that war. But he says, I decide. I decide. This man has just destroyed this country. You guys are still dreaming. He has destroyed this country. America is no longer the America we used to know. There is no law. Donald Trump is above the law. Donald Trump is a king. The sooner you guys make him the king, or you guys just accept that he's the king, the better, because you guys are denying something which is happening already. The man is a king. The man is the king of America.
This is not the movement I helped build. This is not America First. America First meant the people of this country come before the interests of foreign governments, before defense contractors, before billionaire donors, and before anyone in Washington who thinks they know better than voters. What we have now is America Last dressed up in a red hat. I want to talk directly to the Republican voters in Texas right now. You have a runoff on May 26th. You deserve the right to hear both candidates make their case, to evaluate them on their records and their vision, and to cast your vote freely. No president should be demanding that a legitimate candidate drop out of a democratic process. That is not leadership. That is control. And if enough of you feel that your voice was taken from you...
Why is she not using the right term? That is not only control, that is a dictator. That is a wannabe dictator. It's not just control, because he's telling them, you drop out. And most of the people that Donald Trump always endorse, they always end up losing. So why are people even expecting his endorsement? Why are people wanting his endorsement? Most of the people he's endorsed, they always end up losing their seat. So what's the point of the endorsement anyway? It's just that they're scared of him.
The consequence will be historic. Texas will have a Democratic senator for the first time in nearly 40 years. And the person who caused it will be the one who could not let go of the need to control everything and everyone around him. The Fox News poll this week shows 51% of voters believe Trump's handling of Iran has made the country less safe. His approval on economic issues continues to drop. 2/3 of Americans are concerned about his use of executive power without congressional approval. The political environment for Republicans heading into November is already difficult. And instead of focusing on winning, instead of focusing on the issues that matter to voters like the cost of living, health care, and keeping the country out of unnecessary military operations, The president is picking fights with his own party's voters in the biggest red state in the country. I lost my career for asking the questions that needed to be asked. They said, I quit. I did not quit. I refuse to be part of a system that serves donors instead of citizens. I refuse to pretend that promises made to the American people were being kept when they were being broken. And I refuse to stay quiet now while the president demands that Texas voters surrender their right to choose. The MAGA movement was supposed to be about returning power to the people. If it has become about one man deciding who represents you, what wars you fight, and whose interests your government serves, then it is time for the people to take that power back. Not through anger, not through division, through the one tool that still belongs to you, your vote. Use it wisely, and do not let anyone, not even a president, take it from you. Share this video with every voter in Texas. Share it with every American who believes their voice still matters. Subscribe and turn on notifications, because the truth is the only thing they cannot endorse away. Something happened today.
Yeah, definitely. I'm telling you. Marjorie, why can I not pronounce this name anyway? Marjorie Taylor Greene has changed. She has changed. Now I can truly say she's back home. She's back home because she's now talking with some sense. She's now speaking. Her voice is soft. Her voice is welcoming. Her voice has some empathy. Her voice is caring. When she was all deep with Trump, all you could see from Marjorie, the way she looked even, she looked so angry. She looked like all you could get from her was how can I put it, was the devil. But now she looks calm. She's changed. Hair nice kept, a nice blazer. The studio is even changed. It's now welcome. You can actually watch her with some admiration. By the way, I'm not an American. I do not live in America. I am your uncle from Africa who loves American politics. Because the only issue now is that you guys are going to destroy this world for us. You guys voted what is the word you guys use? Narcissist, a Hitler wannabe, dictator wannabe, orange, fat, obese looking. I don't know. What word can I use again? You guys had the opportunity to put a woman. Just for once, just put a woman. So you had a woman, good career, good. You guys F this up. And you did not F this up only for you. You F this up for everybody. Because this douchebag is about to, I'm even saying about to, the war is already going on. Now is how big this war is going to go. How long it's going to go. Very soon we'll be hearing of terrorist cells around Europe doing what they do best. And it is all because of this orange, fat, ugly looking man. Somebody who was born with everything, yet he still wants everything. Who can that be? Only the devil. Because you remember the beginning of time? You remember who had all the powers, but wanted also to have the power to create. They gave him the power, the control of everything, but he also wanted the power to create. Who was that? We all know who was that. And he was banished. That is the person who tells you that he's not sure if he will go to heaven. And some people think he's joking. At that age, you don't joke about those things. At that age, we are thinking like, oh my God, I need to finish this life well so I can be able to go to heaven. Why did he have to send emails to his supporters that they should help him so he could go? Not that I should help him. That there's one thing he can do that will get him a ticket to heaven. So welcome home. Welcome home, MTG. Welcome home. You're not talking with some sense. Because for too long, you are dining with this devil. This man is a devil. This man is the devil. He is the devil. Anyway, people, This is Divi Unfiltered. My name is Divi Panicking. Remember to smash the subscription button, like the video to boost the algorithm, and come back for another video. I'll see you guys in another one. Stay safe. Let's just smile and be good to each other. This life is only one time. It's only one time. Let's live in a way that can give us a ticket to heaven. Because I want to be in a good place when my life ends. I don't know what happens after we die, but I just want to, if we don't go anywhere, I just want to sleep. Let my soul just sleep and relax instead of fighting. So, should yours be good.